Hey dudes, Hardcore Kid here. Hardcore enough to review kid stuff. Time for a Patreon-sponsored review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the world of Eric Carle. The world of Eric Carle, also known as The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Other Stories, is a series of animated shorts based on the popular children's books of author and illustrator Eric Carle. The books are beautifully drawn with hand paintings and the occasional gimmicks. His most popular book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, has an entire page with multiple layers of food, while The Very Quiet Cricket features an audio box with sounds of crickets chirping. I only read those two books in my youth, but I thoroughly enjoyed them. I also remember watching these shorts in elementary school and thought it was pretty cool too. But has it held up? Let's find out. This is the world of Eric Carle, or as it's commonly referred to as The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Other Stories. Roll the footage! We begin with, oh dear God, why is that moon looking at me? We begin with The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Roger McGow provides the narration.
The warm sun came up and pop. Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar.
His first word was pizza. But there can only be one way to get food in this colorful apocalypse. Cannibalistically eat the other caterpillars. Actually, no. He eats right through the center of an apple.
But he was still hungry.
Then why don't you eat the rest of the apple? There's still about 93% of it left.
On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears. But he was still hungry.
Those radioactive pears have given me the power of neon! Behold the majesty of my green Cheerio body!
On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums. But he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries. But he was still hungry.
So apparently days in this universe are only 15 seconds long. At long last, the caterpillar's quest to Insectopia is complete. Start chowing down, you fat bastard! You deserve it!
He ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon.
That's nothing. Last night, I ate a bucket of fried chicken, 2 packages of top ramen, a bowl of chocolatey marshmallow ice cream, funnel cake, and a whole bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
That night he had a stomachache.
On Sunday, he succumbed to the great diabetes. Or he just eats a leaf. That helps too. Keep eating those greens, dude. You'll lose that extra 100 grams. Or just stick yourself in a cocoon and you'll spend the rest of the year starving to death.
Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly.
Now I can fly around and bug everyone at the Renaissance Fair. Huzzah! Well, that was fun, but we're not over yet. We still have a few more stories to go. Next story is Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me. For this story, the narration is provided by Juliet Stevenson.
Before Monica went to bed, she looked out of her window and saw the moon. The moon looked so near. I wish I could play with the moon.
How about no? When I see somebody with a creepy face like that, I head west and hope for the sun. Actually, I don't know what looks creepier, the moon's face or Monica's partially detached head. But luckily, her father has balls made out of hardocks, and he is able to climb a mountain with a huge freaking ladder and get to the moon. But he can't get it down. Why? Well, why does the sun rise? Why does the moon go down at night? But the moon is able to make itself smaller and twice as creepier, so that Monica is able to dance around with it until it just disappears. Could be worse.
Stop mocking me! Take that, moon. Perfect orbit my ass!
And so the short ends with Monica looking out into the sky while the moon grows back into its full size.
I am going to molest you.
Get it away! Get it away! Move on to the next story! Alright, the very quiet cricket. This should be fun. Oh no, I don't trust that sun. Quick, run before it... Oh, never mind.
Welcome, chirped a big cricket, rubbing his wings together. The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together, but nothing happened.
Hey, it took me 20 years to learn to snap my fingers. You'll pull it off eventually.
Hello.
Oh, can't we go one story without being traumatized? This story is pretty straightforward. The cricket meets creatures like a locust, a worm, a bee, and...
Good afternoon!
Whatever that is. And every time he rubs his wings, he still can't make a sound. Rinse and repeat, la la la, boo boo boo. He rubbed his rings together, but nothing happened. And then finally, he meets a girl cricket, and she's also very quiet. And what happens when a boy and girl cricket love each other very much? You recite the poem to Mahabharata.
Oh yes, I ship it. I ship it so hard.
And now we come to the fourth and, oh boy, probably most messed up story. The Mixed Up Chameleon. The protagonist is a chameleon with derpy hooves syndrome who changes color depending on its surroundings or the weather. You know, like every chameleon you've ever seen. But the chameleon decides, yeah, this is pretty boring, and goes to a zoo where he sees a polar bear and... I was unaware chameleons could go through puberty. I don't remember reading about that in biology class. Or was it geology class? Geography class? I don't know, I never paid attention. Oh, but that's not the tip of the iceberg. He meets a whole slew of animals in the zoo, until he's finally transformed into a creature consisting of a fish, an elephant, a foxic, a flamingo, and about 100 other creatures. Not since the Wing-Ding Dilly have I seen such a confusing mess of parts. I'm gonna say this right now, folks. This may be the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. The moon was scary, the sun was scary, the praying mantis was scary. This is R-rated movie levels of scary. This is like when you're having a nightmare and your mind is so moogled up that the only thing that comes to mind is something like this. That or Pennywise Babadook fluff.
I wish I could be myself.
One thing I want to know is, where the heck did all these wishes come from? Does he come from a long line of magical doppelgangers? Or do chameleons have the ability to change into different forms? I was wondering why my neighbor's chameleon looked like my Uncle Jimmy. Either way, he's back to normal, and we end with the Reading Rainbow logo. There is a fifth story called I See a Song, but it's just a musical interlude, so I don't really have anything to say about it. It does look pretty, though. But aside from that, this movie, while pretty scary at times, is a lot of fun. It's very colorful, very creative, and definitely worth your time, especially if you're a fan of Eric Carle's work. So a hardcore hit to this movie, and a big thank you to Connor Johnson for the request. Be sure to subscribe to my Patreon channel in the description, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.